Alright, here we are in the shop. A little bit different video. I've been messing with some editing and whatnot, and they say first you don't succeed, keep on sucking till you do succeed. So this is just another one of those videos. It might suck, it might not cover all the bases, but I gotta try. I gotta keep on shooting and shooting until I hit the mark. Today we're going over a tongue swap on an old trailer, and let me show you what I got. Okay, this is it. I was fortunate enough the customer brought this trailer upside down on top of another trailer. It had a tongue on it. It's got damaged. It's been whittled on, repaired. I don't know what was going on here. This jack doesn't do it. It wasn't jacking. They had these ends go back. This thing's upside down. This was what they had for a gusset. This is some very thin, looks like mobile home axle, but you can see right there where it's been bent. They jackknifed it. There's some tiny cracks in there. Walk around. So I had to get rid of that. What I did, they sent some 5-inch channel iron, and I took it, and I'm going to show you what I did here in just a moment. Alright, everything has to be square. Where the ball matches up to the center line in relation to the axle, you can't do anything about the box in some cases. Important dimensions are how wide the box is, how long you need to have it to get from the front of the box out to the ball. You can't see any of that. Okay, I turned you around, got you moved back some so you can see a little bit. Important dimensions on the trailer. Tongue redo, how wide the box is. I don't have any help over here, it's just me and the dog. I took a magnetic tool clip that mounts on the side of a toolbox, wherever to hold your screwdriver. Then I took one of the cabinets to actually keep the knives on. Box is 60.5 in the back. Remember that number, 60.5. That's the number. It's good on the front too, 60.5. So I took that number. The old tongue was 51.5. I wrote it down before I cut it loose. The old ball was 51.5 from the front face to the center of the couple. I took that number. So you got 60.5, and then I wanted 51.5. And mine ended up being this thing has a bolt-in coupler that fits on this fancy latch. I got the front face of that at 47.5, the back face 45. By the time you add the 9 inches for the hitch from the back of here to where the center of the ball is, that's going to put you out at 54. I give them another inch or two of travel. I'm not a scientist by any stretch of the word, engineer either. But I wanted to put a little bit more space up here in efforts to make it pull better, back better. axle. I did my numbers. First, I went off the spring shackle. And when you go from the inside of that spring shackle to here to this front edge, you got 80, 88 and 8. Over here, it's 88. It's a little off. You have some grace in there. It doesn't have to be machine shop perfect, but it needs to be. It don't need to be way over here because your trailer's gonna be dog leg, whatever. And then there's slop in the bolt. There's all kind of variables. The restyle hitches on most trucks these days, they swivel, they wobble around. So you got a lot of wobble room there. Wiggle room is what they call it. I pull down first to set it, and then when I come off of a common bolt on the spring hanger to this corner right here, I'm 98 and a quarter. From the inside front bolt to this corner, 98 and a quarter. Back side of that front inside bolt, 98 and 3/8 to there. So it maintains the 1/8 inch off. You get what you get, but that's gonna be good enough. This trailer isn't a day-to-day use, it's an occasional use. It had, the old I-beam went back somewhere at an angle like this, and then it had the little plate that I showed you, the gusset plate on the end of it, tying it back. I coat these channels and rolled them in and did like a wishbone. So I have a little bit more structure. There's no weld joint back there. It's just that weld joint on the plane. The web is still one piece and it ties in good. There's still some more work. This is upside down. I put these plates to box in this tongue. I did all my welds here. I put a piece of 3/8 plate across the front of those channels. I'm gonna try to get. There's no way to show you. Anyway, I'll go. I'm gonna take you to the whiteboard. The old tongue made contact. We're going to use 7 inches. The old tongue contacted from 15 inches across the line and out to center. I took a piece of the aluminum tubing that I mentioned, 1 inch wide. I centered it up, laid some weights on it, kept fiddling with it till it was straight out and went out past my working point. Then I took my tape measure, I measured back 15 inches, and I hung the corner of my tape and I pulled it out on there until I got, I put a mark on my aluminum where I wanted to be at. It was 50, whatever, 51, 54. It doesn't matter. On your trailer, it's going to be different. This thing doesn't have one of the big triangle weld-on couplers on there. It's got the little channel that goes on for the hitch to go up and down. So I didn't really have to worry about this angle here to match that triangle piece. Some of them, they have a deal like this, and then it's press broke down, and then the channels go under it, or tubing goes under it. And it's important to try to match that up so you can get good weld around the bottom. I didn't have to worry about that on this tongue, so I'm not going to get into that on this build. All I knew was I had a 4-inch wide channel that the hitch mounted on out here, and I didn't want to bump it and weld it straight to the ends of the channel, so I cut a piece of plate, and that hitch was, it's got adjustable holes in there. It was 12 inches. I kind of guessed off the axle and everything to set it to. There's another relationship you got to go through too. I'll go over that in a minute. Anyway, I had to have something to weld that channel to. My channel irons were 1 3/4 wide at the flange. The web was 5 inches. So I used that number. I laid it out on the cement. I just did one side. I come over 30 1/4, made another line. I drew where my box was going to go, and I only laid out one side, one channel. The other side of the box is over there. This is the front edge. This is the side of the box. This is the front of the box. This is center. I pulled back 15 inches, over 7. I have my center line out there. I put a mark out here. I moved it out to 54 from facing the trailer. I laid a straight edge on there, going across all the points. And I figured in the width, my 1 3/4 for my channel iron to go. So those toes would touch. Out here. Toes of the flange. Now they were still boxed off, square cut. If you weld a plate on there, now you got a big gap to deal with, so we're gonna get to that later. I've nipped those corners off and made a flat piece on there. Made it where that piece of flat would go. It ended up being like 4 1/4 or something. So I made my flat bar go out to 4 1/2 to give me some room to put some weld on my verticals here, and then you have a 5-inch channel that comes down. There's the plate. I cut it a little long so I'd have room to put weld on bottom and top, so I could weld all the way around. I put that plate up in there. I welded all the inside of it. Welded all the outside of it. I got it all tied. These were, when I put my channels on there, I was laying it out on the floor. I took an angle finder, found that angle, split it, cut a little curve in there so I could bend these pieces around. They were straight, and I bent them around to there. And they missed the angle, but it was good enough. I can straighten them. I left them a little wide, and I left room for them to collapse. So I used a system, poor guy redneck system. Box was upside down. I put a chair out here, stacked some blocks on it, and then I could lay my channel on there as I need. and it was level. I leveled the trailer that this trailer was riding on, ish. There wasn't nothing you could do with it, ground, slope, whatever. But I got this number from here. Here, everything was level. This was level, the base trailer was level, so then I could level these guys. Once I got that, like I said, I tacked it, and then you can roll your ends around and then make sure they're flush here and wet. I don't know how better to explain that. Then I put my plate on there, welded it on. Then I took the number, those tires were, the center of that axle up above the frame was like 4.5 inches or something like that. I took that 4.5, took that 5-inch channel, I'm probably losing it, and then I placed this piece on here for my hitch to go into. It's got 5 spots, I think, you can fit to adjust the height of the ball up and down. I hope I hit it right. I don't know. Being upside down, not having the truck, it's being pulled by a half ton truck. There is no way to judge all that. I got it somewhere now where if the ball is mounted in the middle, that coupler is going to be somewhere around 18 inches off the ground, give or take. There's going to be another part of this video later on. They're going to take this trailer back and they should pull it back over here to me, and then I'll go ahead and I'll try to see how close I was on this guessing of getting this thing to ride level with about an 18-inch ball height. All right, going handheld. I know some of you guys and girls, maybe you might be asking, well, how do you know if the hitch is plumb with the ride line of the trailer from side to side? You don't when it's upside down. You can't go off the axle. You can't go off anything but the tongue, what you're building. So let me show you. What I had to go off of was the tongue. I laid a straight edge across my tongue, and I am about a degree, maybe 2 degrees off plumb back there at the box. Up here on the hitch, when I placed it on, I put it at about the same. It's about a degree, 2 degrees high, you know, like that. So that's what I did. I matched the angle from back there to the angle up here. And that's really all you can do. The ball's round. There's gonna be some play. I thought about maybe putting an angle finder back on the axle, but you don't know if this spring's tighter than that spring. Really all you can use is the box at this point. That's old, everything's old back there. So within reason, we're riding together as far as the plumb of the hitch. You just don't want it skewed to where it's tough to mount onto a ball. You want it where it drops straight on there. Also, these, I want to cover this. These are weld-on safety chain clasps. People put the chain directly to it and they weld on the link. That link is hardened and it's not made. Once it gets like that, it'll crack like a tater chip. It'll break. So you pin it. You slide this pin through your link. Your chain fits in there, and then you got a safety chain that runs out and goes to the truck. So if you're doing this, Amazon sells these e-trailer replacement parts or whatever they call them. They have these Weld these on. I recommend it if you're doing these, any kind of trailer work. Attach your safety chains with these little clasps. That's all I got to say about that. Anyway, this is the plate. This is the plate I told you about that I put on the front of these. I welded the stew out of it on the back. Got this on plumb. I did a few passes. There was a heavy radius in there. I don't know if you can see it. I put 3 passes inside vertical, which, you know, it would look downhill when the trailer's upright. And then I just did some cap passes downhill. Same thing back here. Did these vertical up, and then I welded some cap passes down. This guy on the back, it's just 1 pass to the plate here. This is just sealed in. I didn't weld this plate to this guy through the channels. There was a crack in there. I did fill it, but then I had to grind it off so this plate sits down flat. And then I run these passes around. I haven't welded these because they're bringing it back. They're gonna flip it over and bring it back. This plate is welded off. It's chained on the inside, a couple of spots. And if you see in there, okay, they brought the trailer back, flipped upside right this time, and this is as far as I got on video number 1. I've got the tongue mounted under there. I got the hitch, as you saw on video 1, welded off. This plate was upside down, and I said, well, they're bringing it back. I'll catch all these welds, you know, in the down hand. I gotta put a gusset plate here to box this top in. The company that makes these hitches send 2 little gussets. I'll probably put them down under the bottom and weld that off. That's not too bad overhead. Still didn't get my safety chains. Anyway, I got a over there by that bottle, there's a Bulldog jack. I gotta mount it in here somewhere, so when you're rolling the handle around, you don't bust your knuckles. There's a toolbox. They want to mount it in here somewhere for straps and different stuff. I cut that headache rack off the top on video 1. I'm gonna reinstall it. They have a spool of wire for the lights. They have one of these junction boxes with the instructions there, how to wire the trailer lights up. There's some D-rings they want to add to the inside. Excuse me. A box of wire and terminal connectors for the trailer lights. They bought some kind of knockoff heat gun and some shrink wrap, I guess. There's another box of who knows what this is. Oh, these are some little shrink connectors, and then a couple of basic lights that go on the back. Got to install those. Walk around the back of this thing. They have some weird something going on there. I got to redo the trailer light mounts on there. Get rid of this, whatever, and that's gonna wind it up. Hopefully, I guess. I don't know until they bring it back. But this is what it looks like upside right. And this is where I'm gonna take over on video number 2 with this one. Part 2 of this trailer rehabilitation. All right, that's it. That's video 1 on this trailer rebuild or trailer tongue swap, rehabbing this old trailer. It's hot. I'll start back over in the morning, make video number 2. This is going to conclude number 1. Like I said earlier, if there's any questions on how I triangulated that tongue, the hitch centered up on the axle and whatnot, leave a comment. Ask me some questions. I don't feel like some of you, or if you need that kind of depth. If you want it, I can give it to you. But if you don't want it, then the videos are just for entertainment purposes, and there's trailer videos all over the internet. But you come here, so you want to see how I do it, and so ask, and I'll draw it out on the board. And apparently, I have another trailer that I got to do some axles on coming. It'll be coming in the next, probably this fall, I'd say. That's gonna be a beast, but whatever, clear as a check. If you have any questions on any of these videos, I'm trying to get more instruction, because like I said, you can go anywhere, but you come here, and I have no clue why, but I'm thankful that you came to me for some form of instruction, or maybe just a good laugh, I don't know. But that being said, I'm gonna wind this one up. Video 1 of the trailer, whatever you want to call it, rebuild. Like, share, subscribe, comment. This is Mo Damn Tire Creek Ironworks out.